It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sport. Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they play against the Nets in Brooklyn. Checking out Brooklyn, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And Stephen Curry, one of the guys you'll be seeing tonight. This guy is, you know what I like to say, don't you, Kenny? He makes it look effortless. Is it fair to call him the best player in the league at this point?
There's no way to effectively guard him. So calling him the best player might be a name that he should be tagged on to Stephen Curry. There are some names to consider. Obviously, LeBron.
You know what I like to say about him? He makes it look effortless. Kevin?
Today as the Golden State Warriors come in for this one. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. The Nets will look to their home court advantage. Just one game here in Brooklyn. Challenging part of the schedule, and this is where they need to buckle down and take care of business.
Yeah, and they're in the middle of a tough stretch of games they've got coming up. I mean, they're excited about it, and it's going to serve as a real benchmark for them, finding out exactly where they stand in the league.
Yeah, and some top-tier opponents coming in, a chance to test themselves against the best our league has to offer. So those are the challenges that they face, but they have to approach those as opportunities.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Pachulia is out there with Green, and it's Durant in at the 3.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
You know, what's amazing about Curry isn't just how dominant a shooter or player he is, but very few guys in the history of our game have actually changed it. And I think Steph Curry is rapidly moving into that category. Now you see defenders who have to guard 35 feet away from the basket. You know, you generally don't see guys his size dominate the game when they don't feature that next level athleticism. So for what he's done, man, it is just incredible to watch.
And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. They get it back. Green with the block. But they'll get another chance. Lopez, no luck. Here's the Warriors with the ball. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
You know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
Oh, that's pretty harsh from you, Greg, but you're right. I mean, too many times we saw them slow to set up and get on deep or late on their rotation, and they paid a big price for it.
Curry is inside. Defended by Lynn. Curry dishes to Thompson. Green against Scola. Thompson, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Thompson's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, the drive to the bucket was great, but the finger roll was even better.
Lynn with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Here's Bogdanovich. An 11-point game for him in the win against Toronto. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson did give me a few minutes to catch up with him. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
Wonderful stuff, David. Thanks. What approach to use? Posing D, I guess, in the front of their minds, it sounds like, guys.
And I think it's going to take not just one approach, but several. I mean, they are so good at making adjustments defensively. They'll have to be ready to adjust on the fly as well.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, this is a team that will give you a lot of different looks at the defensive end, so adjusting and adapting, critically important.
Here's Lynn, following the basket by Stephen Curry, and Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Lynn. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
And equally as impressive, the playmaking, just sensational. The way he was seeing the court and making the game easy for his teammates.
Now here's Pachulia, following the miss by Brook Lopez. Green kicks to Pachulia. Outside Durant. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Durant's got his second basket of the night. And you know, you look at the depth of the Warriors, never mind their dominant starting five, Greg. Their reserves are as good as some starting units in the NBA.
And for some teams, that can cause problems, where guys aren't playing as much as they feel they deserve. When you're playing for a team that's competing for a championship, though, players understand that some sacrifice is required.
Shoot two.
And that one falls for Lynn.
And one signing that went a bit under the radar during the free agent period was Jeremy Lin joining up with the Nets. Nets got the veteran guard they wanted to lead their young core. Lin gets a chance to move out of the six-man role he had been in the past few seasons, and now he gets to run the ship.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Hamilton's checked in for Lopez. Booker comes in for Luis Scola. And Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Bogdanovich. And in the Jeremy Lin deal, GA, he seemed to leave money on the table in order to move to the right team that fit him.
You know, many were surprised that he would leave Charlotte given the success he had had there, backing up Kemba Walker. Also of note in the move is that Jeremy Lin is back in the city of New York. So Linsanity once again has returned to the Big Apple.
Here's Kilpatrick following the score by Golden State. Lin's shot is off. Thompson outside. Down low. Here's Monty Eunice. And the jam by Monty Eunice.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. The Warriors making the shot. Thompson outside. Tries from 10. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, great ball movement there.
That's tipped. To the middle. Here's Booker. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Booker's got his first basket of the night.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Now here's Durant. 17 points for him last game against Utah.
And for Kevin Durant, guys, when he left Oklahoma City to join the Warriors, he knew he'd face a backlash. I mean, fans in Oklahoma City, some felt betrayed. Critics who said he took the easy way out. But in the end, he went with his gut. He decided to face that criticism and go outside his comfort zone and his safe haven, if you will, in OKC.
First one falls for him. And for Durant, his choice to join the Warriors, Greg, seemed to be about winning, but also about the culture that they have developed out there.
Yeah, I mean, the Thunder had often been criticized for the way their offense would at times break down into quote-unquote hero ball, but the Warriors play an unselfish style. Players who love to pass the ball and who can also get along great off the court. I think that was a huge part of what attracted KD to the Warriors.
Now here's Lin. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Iguodala, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. Iguodala's got his first points of the game. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. Pass to Lin. Hamilton sets a screen for Lin, and it's denied. Livingston passes to Thompson. Livingston kicks to Motiejunas. There's Lin with the 3. Good on the triple. Lin's got 7 points in the game.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lin, dropping it in the face of the D.
There's Hollis Jefferson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
There's the feed to Thompson. Motiejunas in the post, covered by Hamilton. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And he knocks down the first one. West is checked in for the Warriors. One is no good. Nets trailed by 3. To the paint. Here's LeVert. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Thompson. West dishes to Motiejunas. Hamilton outside. Passes to LeVert. Fires the 3. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Warriors lead by 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for them, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, West out there with Iguodala. Then there's Stephen Curry. And there's Livingston. And it's Pachulia in its center.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability. The Nets have a pair of ABA titles to their name, still looking for their first title in the NBA, though. Have come close before, but never closed the deal. Back in the early 2000s, back-to-back chips to the championship round. And, part of the move to Brooklyn for the Nets increased the pressure to win, and all New York teams have immense pressure to be successful due to the market they're in.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. 11 points last game. Releases. Got a piece of it. And going back to the Nets and their title quest, the 2 ABA titles are nothing to scoff at. Those were incredible teams.
Based on what I've read, they absolutely were. I wish I could go back in time and see those championship runs live. 74 and 76. Amazing for the Nets franchise. Led during those years by Dr. J, who was dominant. Unlike any player we had seen to that point. From my understanding, they were the last team to win the ABA title before they merged into the NBA.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for West, and Durant subbed in for Andre Iguodala. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket for Scola.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
We all remember Linsanity, don't we, Kevin, a few years ago? Jeremy Lin is indeed the NBA's first American player of Chinese or Taiwanese descent.